I wasn't backseating, I was asking a leading question about a secret around the next corner. It's totally different. Ragey.
Oh man, yeah, there's so much of that. Everyone's got their own definition of backseating, and a lot of those definitions are like nowhere near what we define it as here. You'll walk up and they'll be like, oh, might want to have a blunt weapon out for the next part. And you're like, yo, don't backseat. And they're like, what? I didn't tell you what happens in the next part. I just told you what weapon to have out so you don't get to figure anything out in the gameplay. Right? Like, there's so many of those, man. I don't get it. Oh yeah, have they done blank yet? There are people who will be like, I was asking chat, not the streamer, so it's fine. There are people that's the funniest one to me, is when they go to the chat and they go, has she seen the uncle yet, or whatever the fuck is gonna show up in the game? Has she seen the horse yet? And you're like, dude, don't say that. And they're like, I wasn't saying it to her. What? Oh, I read my chat. That's my chat. You typed it in my chat. That shit's always like, man. Yeah, you said have they done blanket is the worst. No, people always do that one. That is the most common like stealth backseating, where they like they try to argue that they're not. It's the have they done blank yet chatters. You see it all the time. Did she get up to the part where your dad dies yet? Or they try to hide it and they're like, did she see the death scene yet? Not telling who. And then they're like two characters and one of them has said really sus shit that's like death flags, and you're like, brother. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, I got here at the right time. Or when they go, this part. That one's always funny. Or yeah, saying like, how far has she gotten is a really easy way to do it. Or just be like, what have we seen so far? Yo, can someone recap where we're up to? Like, that shit is just such a nice way to ask it, and then the chat will gladly tell you, you know? It's a chat full of people that are invested in what's going on the screen, right? You said, I'm guilty of saying, oh, this part. Yeah, try to hold it back until the thing starts happening. Like, if the thing is happening, and the streamer's like, oh god, it's getting weird. Oh no, and then like a thing appears, you could be like, haha, this part. Like, if you do it at that point, you're fine, because you haven't spoiled anything for them. But when you do it like beforehand, like they're just in normal gameplay and there's nothing fully cluing them in that this is some sort of part yet, you know, just don't say it at that point, right? Because a lot of the time when chatters say that, in my experience, a lot of the time when a chatter has typed like, oh, this part or something, I'm in a part of gameplay where I have had no indications that something's about to happen, right? Like, there will be things kind of cluing me in that, oh, there's something at the end of the hall, but I don't know that a cutscene's gonna occur. It could just be another room and I continue down another hallway and it just has like one little Easter egg item sitting there that's interesting to look at. You know, like, I don't really know what it's gonna be. And constantly chatters will like, while I'm in that mundane bit of gameplay where I like don't know what's going on or anything, and that's when they'll be like, oh, this part, and I'm like, or the worst is they're like, you should save. I hate that one. You should save. They're number one, they're backseating. They're just telling you what to do straight up, right? But number two, they're implying that there's about to be like a boss fight or something, and I'm like, what? Shut up, you know, you should save. Like, you should sit there and watch, right? It's funnier if they like get beat up and then they have to go back a bit. You know, I say, oh, this part are the most boring parts to subvert expectations. I love this hallway. This is my favorite hallway in the game. Yep. Me in an art stream. You should save now. Games usually telegraph so hard anyway. Yeah, but sometimes they actually don't. You know what usually does it? Someone mentioned it, the autosave. You're walking up somewhere, there's nothing that like lets you save normally in the area or anything. It's just not a game with items like that. But then you go up to a door and right before the door it says auto-saving. And you're like, oh, okay, right? That usually clues you in. And that's annoying. You know how like a lot of people are like, I hate when games do that. I hate that so much because it clues me in. Now imagine if you had chatters saying it to you when the game didn't even spoil it for you, right? You have people going, you should, but they're not. It's not even like the game is saving for you. It's them telling you should do a thing, right? It's so annoying. Yeah, I like invisible autosave too. I think it's the best. That's how it should be. Surprise boss in the hallway, not a giant ass room. Yeah. I am so bad at backseating by accident. I know I can't help it, except by not chatting during gameplay. Yeah, I limit myself to emotes. If I feel the urge to backseat, I just start using emotes, but not really like typing words, you know, because I find like as I type words, it you know, I get you. Like it's there. So you can sit there and proofread and all that, but then like so much is happening on the screen by that time that you're finished proofreading what you're gonna say. So yeah, I just emote. And that's it. That's it. Yeah, you said in reactions on YouTube, I keep seeing that. Any villain is introduced in the comment section is full of people going, oh my god, there they are, I love them. Yes. It'll be a clip early on, you like don't know that they're the bad guy yet. And then people are like, oh my god, there he is. He's so crazy. And you're like, what? Oh. That's just, that one's tough. That one's tough. Yeah. You said, I just watch people play games, so I got no good advice for it. Good. The world is better this way. It is better. Oh, did she actually started streaming yet? I only see a cooking meat right now. No, I'm not streaming. I'm not.